Hello friends, welcome back to Liferay Workshop. In the process of creating an end-to-end portlet in Liferay 7 or Liferay DXP version, I have defined few steps which I have been covering in my previous tutorial. So let's see what we have covered till now. So first thing, how to create a portlet as a module in Liferay 7 using Liferay ID. And the other thing is how to create an AUI form. Along with this, how to submit an AUI form, this has already been covered. So in this part of the tutorial, I will try to cover how to create the service layer using Liferay ID, which in turn will be using service builder and creating it as a module, which will be OSGI compliant. So we will be also using service.xml into it, so in order to define our entities. So let's go ahead. So to create your service layer, just go on your IDE, Liferay IDE, do a right click, new, module project, to this particular service layer. So again, I will be using Gradle module in this case and service builder project template name. So just to reiterate, basically at the background it uses Blade CLI to create this service layer. So I do next. Just let it be like this, the class name, and give package like com.auto service name. Okay, and then just to finish. So you can see it is creating the service layer. Let's wait for a while. So now your service layer has been created. If you go in your workspace modules, you can see this service layer auto details service project. So it consists of two projects, sub projects. One is the API project, and another is the service layer. So if you go in the service and whatever auto detail service, and you will find this service.xml here. Just go ahead and double click on this, and you can see by default it gives an entity called foo. So I can obviously go here and recreate my own entities by clicking on this add, but in this case I will prefer to redefine this foo entity itself. I mean, this is a test entity basically. So you go here and let's give the name auto details, table name as auto details as well. Okay, and then just go here. Let's see what it has. So I just changed the namespace as well to auto details, and you can see here it has already renamed it to auto details table name and entity name, and then there are few other things which it automatically adds, but in this case we will not be using all these because we are just creating a simple entity for our. So let me give me a minute, please give me a minute. So let me remove all these things. Okay, and put my own. So you can see I have created an ID for this particular table, group ID, company ID. I mean, whatever things are by default in any of the tables in Liferay. And here user ID, username, create date, modify date. Basically, these are audit fields which are generally needed for auditing. And these are the primary fields which we will be creating for this particular service. Okay. So just let me save it. Let's save. Now go to auto details. Let me refresh it first. Let me go to auto details, build, and okay, so it's here. Basically, in the service layer, go and click on build service. You can see it is now creating all the artifacts that is needed for the service layer. Just see it in detail. All the AMPL classes, model, service AMPL, base AMPL, util, wrappers, and of course the SQL files. Okay. So this is the way how we'll create the service layer. So this was the service layer which was created in last tutorial. It consists of two sub projects. One is API, another is service. Now to call this service layer from your portlet project, you have to go to your build.gradle. Here you have to add these two lines to add the dependencies for the service into your portlet. This is compile project colon modules colon the main project name auto detail service and the sub project name API and service. Once you have added this into the build.gradle, go to the portlet, just do a right click, go to Gradle and refresh the Gradle project. Now you can write down the code calling the service layer from your portlet action class. So I go to the class auto details portlet.java. So we will be continuing with the code to call the service related part. I just write down a try block. So here you can see I am using the entity local service util class to call the create auto details method, which in turn will be creating an object for the entity class, and of course the counter local service util dot increment to increase the counter. Then I use a theme display object primarily I am writing this line of code to get the theme display object, because I will be needing some data regarding the current user. So you will see in further line of code. So here you can see I am getting the user ID from theme display object. Then I am using the entity object to set the required data. In this case, the user ID, which I have already got from the theme display, and then the screen name, which again I am getting from the theme displays get user method, and the create date and the modified date I am using the current date. So primarily these fields are for the auditing purpose, which is good practice to be used for every entity which you are going to create into Liferay. Then here I am using paramutil class again to get the fields from the form. So once I get this manufacturer value from the field, I am just setting it again into the auto details object. Similarly for year, in this case, since I am getting string, I am just passing into integer. Again the vehicle identification number, and again the same thing for body style and model. Now I use the entity local service util again to add this object so that it gets saved into the database, and of course just closing the try block with a catch, so that if we get any type of exception we can just catch. So let's save this. Once you have saved this, go to auto details Gradle project. Just do a let's do a build again and then deploy. So once it is deployed, you can go to your browser, just refresh the page, add some values. And then just save the fields, save the form. You can see it shows the message your request completed successfully. So now let's go to the database and see whether our values have been saved successfully. I go here, basically the table, auto details table, and then just refresh it. You can see all the required values has been saved successfully. User ID, username, the current username that I have logged in with, create date, today's date, model of the car, VIN number, year, body style, the manufacturer name. So all our data from the form has been saved successfully into the database. Now just to show you again, if you go to your open Google shell and you just type here lp command, you can see all your portlet and the services which were needed in this case are already deployed and in active phase. So that is the way how we can save the tables form data into the database. So thank you all. Let's meet into our next tutorial. Thank you.